our first story. Nobu, the fancy Japanese fusion restaurant, now also owns 42 hotels.
And they just launched a Pilates studio? We'll tell you how Nobu managed to scale the two hardest things in hospitality: food and fancy.
Yetis, let's travel back to when I was in high school. My parents went out for a date, and they came back with some leftovers in a tray with rock shrimp. Had you ever had rock shrimp, Jack?
So I went to Nobu once. Baird's dad brought me there.
Oh, yeah, that's a good parent trip, Jack.
Yeah, and I did not order a single thing. I let him manage it all because I had no clue.
That's a familial write-off right there. Yetis, that was back in 2003. It was the Nobu in Tribeca.
Nobu is a very cool Japanese and Peruvian fusion restaurant. It's a Tokyo chef who studied in Lima.
And their sushi has got so much swagger, it needs its own talent agent. Hey, UTA!
Now, Nobu began in Los Angeles in 1989. Robert De Niro dined there and was such a fan of the miso black cod, he asked for a New York location.
But Nobu Matsuhisa, the chef, patiently refused. Until 1994, when he got offered a lot of money.
He opened up a restaurant with De Niro's dinero.
And that became the modern blueprint for the premium restaurant venture, the 3 C's, Jack.
You need a chef, you need a celebrity backer, and you need a cash money investor.
Well, now Nobu's a Michelin-awarded restaurant brand worth $1.3 billion with a B dollars.
It's serving up some unicorn teriyaki.
Jack, the last time I walked by the Tribeca location before it closed, Russell Crowe walked out and fell on top of me.
So you're telling me that the Gladiator tackled you on the streets of New York City?
I haven't showered since, Jack. But bestie, still, this headline 31 years later is what we find fascinating.
Nobu just launched a Pilates retreat in Ibiza.
A record scratch, excuse me? Why is Nobu hosting retreats focused on Pilates on the biggest club and island in the ocean?
It's not just a retreat, Nick. Nobu already has a Pilates studio at their London hotel.
Pause the pod again. Did you just say Nobu had a hotel?
Yeah, plot twist. Nobu has 56 restaurants, but also 42 hotels with plans to open 40 more.
From Tulum to Orlando with a little bit in Saudi Arabia in between.
Nobu's also got condos and fitness centers and a Nobu yacht.
That's right. You could take a cruise with their yellowtail jalapeno poppers on the poop deck.
Nobu is a global luxury brand with restaurants, hotels, fitness centers, condos, and yachts.
But Jack, let's add it all up for a sec and talk about the numbers.
Those 56 restaurants each make, on average, $10 million in revenue per year.
It's like $500 million total in revenue on F&B, food and beverage.
Now, we should point out Nobu doesn't own most of the restaurants. They license them like McDonald's does.
But here's a wild detail. The Nobu CEO says that each seat in their restaurants makes as much money as each room in their hotels.
Because each hotel room only serves one customer a day. But each restaurant chair changes over with 6 new customers each day.
So what we're saying is that Nobu has scaled luxury like Louis Vuitton, but in an industry with margins thinner than a French fry.
Because the profits on a luxury handbag is like 90%.
But Jack, the profit on a scallop flown in from Hokkaido overnight?
Much slimmer.
Yeah, way less. So Jack, what's the takeaway for our... Oh, by the way, before our Chicago show, before your flight arrived, I did the omakase at Nobu.
Really?
Well, you said it was a write-off.
Wait, I haven't done our quarterly accounting yet.
Okay, so Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies over at Nobu?
Be really good at not being bad.
Yetis, Chef Nobu spoke to the Wall Street Journal and said the reason he's successful is that celebrities trust my food.
They return to Nobu not just for the taste. They return for the very high quality floor.
Basically, it's the same reason that McDonald's is so big. You know what you're getting. It's the consistency.
The same Big Macs are served at the same quality in Dallas to Detroit.
And the same Nobu Toro tuna tartare is served in the same quality in Melbourne or in Malibu.
It's a reminder about an important consumer psychology. We fear downside more than we desire upside.
We fear loss more than we crave a win.
We're more worried about not losing something than we are about gaining something.
Well, McDonald's does it for a mass audience, and Nobu does it for celebrities. They deliver consistency.
It's not about being good. It's about being really good at never being bad.